Hi, welcome to Truth with Tal and Isaac. I'm Tal.
I'm Isaac.
Episode number 89 coming at you
Good
tonight.
vibes tonight.
Good vibes. Best 89? Iron Mike Ditka.
Brock Wright as well, I think. Is
Brock Wright's going to be up there soon.
Okay.
When we get to 189, it'll be Brock Wright.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about big Lions win on Sunday night, NFL playoff predictions, and Detroit basketball game last night.
Last night, yes. This will be up sometime on Friday.
Yes.
Is the plan. That's
Correct.
the plan.
Yep.
Okay.
Some off the top stuff. The Rams lost to Seattle, which was unfortunate. Baker's poop. Offense is trash. Some questionable calls. But you know what? It led to a good Sunday night, so we're good with that. Too bad. Lions are not in the playoffs. Their schedule for next year, their home schedule, they should be...
Stop. Don't, no, I know. They're going to win out at
They
home.
should be 8-0 at home.
No.
They should be. And
I
win
know.
a couple games in the road, golden.
Okay.
So the best options for road tips next year, Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago, Baltimore.
I'll do Baltimore. That'd be cool. We might get killed, right? I think Baltimore's kind of dangerous.
It's a little dangerous.
Okay. But we'll be okay. So
We'll be fine.
I have some thoughts on the Rams game. I didn't have
go
that
nuts.
as an off top. I had that warped in with the Lions discussion.
Okay.
So I'll just give some quick points here, extend it off the top here.
The fans want to hear your take.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening, too.
Hey, thanks, everybody.
So Rams were up 13-6 at half. Seattle was 0-6 when trailing at half this year. So part of me, and I saw that stat at halftime, which wasn't great for my mental sake. 'Cause I'm like, oh my gosh, this might happen. Cousin Colin said it best when he just texted me and said, Baker has moved up the public enemy list. And he has. That's a great way to put it. He was already on the list, just because I don't like Baker. I don't think anybody does.
Well, people like Baker more than they do Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but that's different. And
Pretty low.
And
Bar's low.
We have to remember, NFL GMs don't like Baker because nobody wanted him, right? Like, nobody else put in claims for him. So, look, Baker had one of the worst games I think I've ever seen. It was awful.
So bad.
He just looked totally lost. Like, not even like he learned the playbook a couple days ago.
I think Ramsey could have played quarterback and done well.
Yeah,
Done
I
better.
hate Ramsey, and you're probably right. Bill Simmons and legit media people were calling out the officiating. I just want to put that out there. Like, the Rams offense sucked, and that's why they lost.
During the game, Simmons was tweeting.
Yeah,
The Lions are getting SOL
Yeah,
in LA.
You just look at, like, the punter call was goofy. The misgrounding was goofy. It seemed like every Seahawk was taunting every play, and it was, like, real big tauntings. It's frustrating, but when I went to bed after the Lions game, I was happy. I was happy. I was not thinking, man, we're not in the playoffs. I was so happy, and we'll talk about that later.
Agreed.
Okay, keep going off the tops.
Tigers changing the dimensions of Comerica Park. Good move.
Nobody cares. The 3 people that go to Tiger games, I'm one of them. I don't really care either.
Yep. It's
Okay.
going to be good. It's going to give 12 more home runs for the year.
Next topic.
Just a quick little sneak peek as to future episodes. NBA All-Star predictions, NFL awards, which we need to finalize and do. We have to do a chocolate bar draft. Super important.
I saw you
Fans
write
are
that,
asking for a chocolate bar draft.
Like someone said this or no?
Yeah.
Who?
Ken.
Oh, respect Ken.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's fine then.
Ken, you the man.
Okay.
And we have to do a mock NFL draft. It's about that time. And you said you wanted Al to join us for that?
Albert is 15 times smarter than both of us combined about draft stuff, so he'll come on and do, but maybe basketball and football, depending on how he does. Do you have any more off the tops?
I have one more, but why don't you go?
Okay, we should talk about Damar Hamlin.
We should talk about
The way
Damar
the
Hamlin.
timelines worked, we weren't able to
Okay.
last episode. Now there's not much to say other than good for him.
W.
It's such a great story.
Yeah, it's an awesome story.
And if you are undecided on who to root for in the playoffs, kind of like I am, it's pretty hard not to root for the Bills hardcore.
True. Agreed.
So I just wanted to put that out there. It's awesome the way the story is progressing, and I can't wait to see him either on the sideline, hopefully, or pumping up the fans. Like, it's going to happen soon, and it's just going to be great. Any other thoughts there?
W for Damar. So the 3 words that he said when he woke up, did we win? So that's pretty much like Adrian from Rocky.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of.
And if you don't know what that means, you're obviously not a fan of our show and Rocky and Adrian.
Okay. LeBron's quote. Sorry, switching beats to something that we can make fun of a bit. LeBron's quote, I'm assuming you saw it.
Which one?
I thought it was fake when I first heard it. Y'all know what the F should be happening. I don't need to talk.
Oh, yeah, that's stupid.
Whoa. Yeah. He usually doesn't go that far. I was a little surprised when he said that. Reading week trip. Okay, so I think this makes for just a little bit of good, quick content here.
This is good content. Our
It's
fans
quick.
are going to be interested in this.
So I like moving around when I can. Reading week is not super close, but it's close enough where I can look at what I can do. And there's a good chance I end up doing nothing, or staying here would be doing nothing, which is fine. But I kind of hit a point where it's like, hey, what flights can I get on for a low price? So the game was, for like a random, whatever, Tuesday night when we were watching ball, Detroit to insert city here. So just to...
And Isaac's question was, I just want to search flights, but I don't want to know where I'm going. How do I do that? Well, you have to put a destination. No, I don't know where the destination is. I just want to go places. Well, you need to put a to, and it's like from and a to. You just had the from.
I just wanted to say, I'm leaving Detroit. Where can I go? I wanted 15, like a multiple choice. Like I wanted options. They didn't have that. I thought the search engine was broken. So we could have Philly, New York, Boston, Orlando. So those are kind of some of the cities that we looked at. Then we also looked at Mogadishu, Somalia. Prices were too expensive. We're not going to go to Somalia yet. Tom said we will go one day, not yet. And then Kiev, Ukraine. No flights available, unfortunately. So I probably won't make it out to either of those countries. But if you have any countries I should visit that flights are cheap, let me know because I'm open for everything.
Place to stay would probably be helpful.
Oh yeah. Well, that has to be like in Somalia. It's like limited, I think, where I could stay.
I think so.
Derek Carr, real quick. Derek Carr, where's he going? You saw.
Jets.
Okay, that's one of the three teams. It's either the Jets, the Colts, or the Commanders. I'm like 90% confident.
The Colts love their retreads.
I'm 90% confident it's going to be one of those three teams. Maybe the Commanders, depending
Commanders
on what
also
they do.
love their retreads.
But the Colts, it's just been, if you look at the Colts quarterback since my guy Andrew Luck left, it's just been like, okay, what old quarterback?
Old guy, just over the hill, just missed his prime.
And the best one was Philip Rivers, but whatever. Shout out JJ Watt. That's all I got.
Oh, yeah, JJ Watt's awesome.
Shout out JJ Watt. That's all I got for off the tops.
Just a couple movie shout-outs. One of them from The Kid. One of them was just a rerun that was on the other day. Bullet Train. So good.
Yeah.
Good shout out.
Yeah, I've been on that.
And Philadelphia. If you haven't watched Philadelphia lately, watch it. If you've never watched Philadelphia in your life, get a better life and watch Philadelphia. It's so good.
I don't know why you got to diss the people that haven't seen a movie that came out in 1993.
It's so good.
Okay, but there's a lot of 19-year-olds.
Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington. I know, but our listeners trust us, and they can understand the passion in my voice.
Okay, respect. Philadelphia is great.
Yes.
Philadelphia's an excellent movie. There's some ways it actually hasn't aged the best. I won't get into it, but it's a really good movie. I like it a lot. I really do like it a lot. It's an excellent film.
93?
1993, 30 years ago.
Okay.
30. Yeah, right?
30.
That's the math. Okay. Lions Sunday Night Football win. Go ahead.
Okay, so back and forth slugfest in Green Bay. So let's just set the table and talk about the national narrative a little bit. There's a lot of discussion about the Lions and have nothing to lose, and then they'll just play reckless if they have nothing to gain or to lose. And everybody's saying that. Well, this is where the national pundits were wrong, or just they don't understand. Campbell and the Lions play reckless all the time. First game of the season, preseason, Super Bowl. They go for it on fourth down.
Did we just say Super Bowl?
Yeah, like if it was a Super Bowl, they're still going to play reckless.
Okay.
Right, 2 years from now, they're in a Super Bowl?
3.
3. Okay, I'll take that. 3. They're going to do things that are not according to the stats book, right? Like Green Bay, what's their coach?
Matt LaFleur.
Matt LaFleur. Went for it on fourth and 1 from his 31 or 32? Because the stats said to do that?
I'm going to actually give him some love later on. But
Really?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, so not everybody, but almost everybody wanted the Lions to win because people don't like Aaron Rodgers. They're tired of his crap. So I think a lot of people were cheering for the Lions to win, and they won. They have momentum. People are excited. The Dan Campbell speech at the end of the game was awesome. We'll get into some of the specific plays later on, but we feel good about the Lions, and that's important because we've got a whole lot of months where we're not very likely to feel good about our Detroit sports teams. So we feel good about the Lions, and we're going to feel good about the Lions until next December.
This December was a very good Lions month. We're not going to talk about Carolina.
No.
This December was a great Lions month. And I want to say this. So the Lions won on Sunday, and it felt like they won the Super Bowl. It really did.
Felt like they won a playoff game.
Super Bowl.
Okay.
So they won the game, and they didn't make the playoffs. So their season is done. They won the last game of the season, and their season is done.
Not a lot of teams get to say that.
Thank you. And then and I was thinking, I've seen this before. I've seen a lot of movies where the underdog team, they do this thing, and they win, they don't go all the way. I'll give you some examples, and you're going to be like, wow, this is facts. Coach Carter. Richmond makes this incredible run.
True.
Richmond loses in the first round. But remember, they go back home, and everyone's got the signs, and they're all cheering.
Yep.
And Samuel Jackson's like, I'm staying here. I'm staying at Richmond. That's the Lions. Okay, another one. Rocky. Rocky doesn't beat Apollo. But everyone knows that Rocky's here to stay, and then they make 7 more movies, and Rocky's the man. Okay, that's another one.
True.
My last one, maybe the best one, is Cool Runnings. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a great comparison.
They didn't win the race, but when they pick up the bobsled and they walk across the finish line, and then the awkward slow clap, and they're just walking, and John Candy's like running, he's running up, and it's so good. And
Who started the slow clap? The Germans? Or?
Yeah, one of the bad guys.
Yeah.
This is the Lions story. I love them so much. It's a Disney movie. Thank you, Lions, for making me happy that Sunday night.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Do we want to talk about a couple of plays, the hook and ladder, the force down play?
I have a lot here.
So I have a question. Why is DJ Chark not Baby Chark?
Well, I think I actually saw that. He's like embracing it, I think.
Is he?
I thought I saw something.
Did we
like
start that?
Nope.
You
probably
sure?
not. You might have.
I might have started it.
So that's your biggest takeaway? Like, I have a lot of stuff to delve into.
The
on
Johnson's
this game.
grandkid came over a few weeks ago, and I learned about the whole Baby Chark.
You've been a big Baby Shark guy. Yeah.
Since then. Yeah, Johnson's grandbaby.
Okay.
The hook and ladder play, awesome.
Okay, so
much fun. The punk play by Quay Walker. Can we talk about that?
Okay, whoa, you're going too fast.
Sorry, I'm a little excited.
Hook and ladder bubble screen from Amon Swifty was sick. That was so cool.
Never seen that play.
I was gonna go to bed. I had school. I wasn't in a great mood after the JMO touchdown was called back. That's when I was like, I'm done. And I stayed up and I ended up watching on my phone in my bed when I should have been sleeping, making notes. I think I texted. It was awesome.
Texted me.
It was so cool. Quay Walker, go ahead.
So, your defensive tackle elbowed. Who was it? It was Swift, I think, who got elbowed in the back of the head.
I forget which player
I think it
was
was Swift.
involved.
So he's on the ground. It's obvious it's a medical situation. The Lions medical staff come onto the field. Right, medical staff for all NFL teams. Now they're getting the red carpet rolled out for them. They're going to get player introductions, and they should.
Okay, yeah.
They should. So what does Quay Walker do? He pushes the dude.
He big times him.
What are you doing? That's like Ron Artest stupid.
I didn't see this until the replay the day after. Deontay Wyatt also comes in and then backs up Walker and also big times him. Now Walker got ejected. Wyatt didn't. So both these players are actually really good. Remember how the Packers had 2 back-end first-round picks last year? These are both of those guys.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to get to deal with them in the NFC North for a while.
Oh, bad blood.
So I'm not afraid.
One of the things about the NBA that I don't like is everybody's buddies. Lions and Packers, they're not buddies.
Do you see Panay's quote? We didn't talk about Panay. Panay had a quote and was like, do you feel bad like running over guys? Like someone asked him that. He's like, I'm 22. I'm running over grown men. I don't care. His quote was like that.
He's a beast.
Okay, so the Walker Wyatt thing is ridiculous.
Run through your plays.
Okay. So the 2-minute warning happens, and at this point, this is only like people watching live got this. So the 2-minute warning happens. It's all about done. It's not quite finished. I think this might have been after the bubble screen. And the broadcast cuts to commercial, and they start playing. Guess what commercial plays? And it's not that stupid Burger King one that we hear all the time.
Insurance? The State Farm Insurance?
With guess who?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Rodgers is getting his butt kicked on primetime TV, and they played this.
I didn't know this.
This is awesome. They played this phony Aaron Rodgers commercial where he's just making these dry remarks and like making stupid looks at the camera. If I'm Aaron Rodgers, I would say his friends could help him out with this. He doesn't have friends.
And what about his family?
They also don't talk to him.
Oh, that's right.
Disrespectfully. Aaron, I'm putting a thing in my contract saying like, no playing my commercials when I'm losing in a primetime game.
Ever.
And
that might not be relevant anymore because he could be done. I don't think he is. He's got too big an ego.
That's a different conversation. And I don't want to have that one yet.
Okay.
But if I'm
We're
Rodgers,
just going to enjoy this for a while. We do get to enjoy it for a while.
It was awesome. Like I was already in such a good mood, and then I see this stupid commercial. So great job, Allstate Insurance. Loved it.
Nice job.
Okay. Anything else do you have? Because I've a couple more big ones.
You go nuts.
Okay. 2.5 minute mark. It's 2nd and 1. This is where I'm crediting LaFleur. So LaFleur had Wyatt commit a neutral zone infraction. Did you read about this?
No.
This was awesome. So they had Wyatt commit a neutral zone infraction. because it was 2nd and 1 around the 2.5-minute mark. So LaFleur was trying to essentially save a play because they were going to convert the first down anyways, right?
Oh, that's smart.
So he sent him intentionally to get the neutral zone infraction. Campbell recognized this, declined the penalty to make it 2nd and 1 still. Then they ran it up the middle, got the first down, and then forced Green Bay to take a timeout. Just great coaching duels. The announcers recognized it and were like, smart play by LaFleur, and Campbell with a super smart play, and people aren't going to talk about
And
this.
Campbell has the reputation of not being a rocket scientist.
Correct. It was awesome, and it was great to hear the announcers catch on. I've got another one here. Aaron Rodgers. Since 2017, he has as many playoff wins as... Now, I know the answer. What is the quarterback he played in the past 10 years who might be the funniest, most entertaining quarterback to watch?
Like Fitzmagic?
No.
Tim Tebow?
No. Past few years, he had some playoff success. I'm going to say it if you don't get it.
I don't know.
Blake Bortles.
Oh, Blake Bortles. Yeah.
They have as many playoff wins because there's that one year where the Jags won a couple playoff games.
Yep.
Since 2017,
They
Rodgers
only
Bortles.
have 2?
That's what the stat said. I didn't look into it any further.
I'm going to trust him.
I think it's real.
Awesome.
It was just so funny. That's all I have on Lions Packers. Do you have anything else?
Enjoy it, fans. And guess what? If you're not fans of the Lions or you're not a huge fan of the show, you should enjoy relishing Aaron Rodgers losing and eating crow because he's a poohead.
I hate Aaron Fraudgers.
Big poohead.
And he's not going to retire. He's going to be making too much money. Right? He just re-upped on a 3-year, $150 million contract, essentially. So I think he's going to opt in and take that money and not retire. But either way, I win. We win. As Lions fans, we win. We either beat him up a couple more times or he retires.
Own him now.
And he's ours.
Elliott, who's the safety who just keeps intercepting him?
Oh, Kirby Joseph.
Kirby Joseph.
Kirby Joseph owns him.
Oh my God, and has no problem talking about it too.
I know, I love it.
Love it.
Okay, wildcard round?
Wildcard. So we have, 2 teams have first round byes, obviously KC and Philadelphia. Hurts had to come back like injured to win that game. It was a big win for them.
But they needed it. They played themselves in that hole.
So we've got some interesting matchups. There's about 3 or 4 games that are like, I have no idea. Chargers, Jags, don't know. Tampa, Dallas, and Giants and Vikings. Who knows? Like those are close to like 3-point spreads and under.
They're all correct. Good work. They're all 3 and under.
Yep, thanks. I did my research actually.
Cap.
Yeah, and on my prep sheet, I've got a really nice, pretty picture of the playoff bracket.
Yeah.
I usually don't get that.
I can tell. So we each have sheets in front of us. I've got some words and numbers on mine. Tal has a big picture of the wildcard bracket. Or not the NFL playoff bracket.
For those people that are watching, there's my pretty picture. Now, you'll see there's lots of notes and numbers as well.
You just spoiled the rest of the show in your size 8 font that nobody could read. Okay, so wildcard. Did you rank
people
them?
my age do not have 8 font. They have like 16 font.
I have 13. I like my high font here. Okay. Did you rank them in terms of watchability, as I asked you to do? Or
yeah,
not?
I did.
Oh no, you definitely didn't.
No, in my mind, I did.
Okay.
On my phone, which I'm not allowed to have with me.
Why is that? Because you just go on it. Now we're
Ken Stewart's already texted me twice. That's why we were recording.
That's my guy.
No, Ken's my guy.
Can we get back on track? Respectfully?
We can.
Respectfully to Ken. Okay, the most watchable game I have in the number 1, or maybe most watchable, most interesting, most entertaining.
Chargers Jags.
Chargers Jags.
Yeah. Copying off me again.
Okay, well I said it first, I think.
I said it first.
Okay. This is a league of quarterbacks. You've got 2 of the better quarterbacks in the league. I'm a big Herbo guy. Chargers, I think it's
we watched a good amount of the Jaguars game last week, and their fans are kind of interesting, right? Jacksonville's a unique little city, and they've got all these fans that are crazy Jag fans with a silly, like, wigs and the headband.
Yeah.
And it's like gold colored.
Great.
Good for them, though. They don't have a lot to cheer for, so I like the fact that they can cheer for the Jags.
Great analysis. Okay, so I think the spread's at 2.5 for the Chargers. Who do you like here?
Chargers.
All the numbers in the history say Jags. Home underdog, blah, blah, blah. I'm a Herbo guy. I'm rocking with the Chargers. I actually like both these teams, so I'm not going to be too upset if Jacksonville wins.
I agree with you, but I want the Chargers to win. I just think like the wide receivers are healthy for the first time in the year. Now that could change. Right, 4 minutes in, somebody's going to get injured.
Well, they're not, because stupid Brandon Staley played their guys when they didn't have to be played. Mike Williams got injured.
Oh, didn't know that.
He's probably still going to play, but
Okay.
he got dinged up.
So we're both picking the Chargers.
Okay, also off topic, Rashawn Slater, left tackle.
Left tackle?
He's in a couple of my business classes. Just going to I think it's him. It really looks a lot like him. That's like it's just a guy who's in a couple of my classes. I don't know him.
Do we get him on the show?
I can reach out, but
You should
Tom
reach
and I
out.
think it might be real Rashawn Slater.
That'd be cool.
Okay, that's all I have there. I got the Chargers probably covering -2, -2.5.
Okay.
Next, what do you have?
Are we talking watchability or you just want me to go in AFC now?
Watchability.
Okay.
We're bouncing around. That game's at Saturday 8:15.
Yeah, so I had Bills Dolphins, but if Tua is not playing, I've moved them lower on the list. So now I've got Cowboys and Buccaneers.
Okay, I also have Cowboys Bucks as the second most.
Who's copying who? Like, let's let the fans decide. It's obvious that you're copying me.
Okay, what's the spread for that game?
3?
I have 2.5, 3.
Okay.
What time is the game? What day?
I don't know.
Yeah, I was just gonna keep asking you questions until you didn't know. Monday 8:15. That game is. So we'll watch some of that at Hoops. Brady.
Can we do that? Why don't
figure
we
it
bring a little...
No, stop. I'll watch it on the phone. Stop.
we could bring a little monitor hoops. I think it'd be a
You're
good
gonna
idea.
make me do it, and I respectfully don't want to. Okay.
Okay.
Tom Brady. He's never been a home underdog in the playoffs in his career.
I think you should apologize to Declan on our
Okay.
episode.
Here right now.
Yeah, you probably should.
Sorry, Dak.
So Dak is a good dude. We've known him for years. And so we were playing basketball on Monday. I was against Isaac. Declan was on my team. I hadn't seen him for a little bit. He's a solid guy. And he started playing with Isaac when he was like 13 and was supportive and helpful and
Good
that kind of
mentor
stuff.
to me.
Yeah, good mentor. And then I said to both Isaac and Declan, did you say trash talk to Isaac? Because he was just chewing him, like taking him to the rack time after time. Usually he passes a lot.
I was.
I don't think so. You were
I'm a playmaker. Okay, playmaking facilitator.
you took him the whole 7 out of 8 times in a row.
Okay, but if I score,
You score every time.
okay.
And it's not a great night for our team if I'm the best scorer on our team. But I was hitting buckets. You hit more, but I hit a lot of buckets on
I
Monday.
think you hit 3 jumpers. This is enough.
I hit 4 3-pointers, I'll have you know.
Okay, when you're 3 feet inside the line, it's not a 3-pointer.
One of them, my feet were on the line for sure.
Okay, that's enough Monday Night Basketball. Deck's my guy. Deck, thanks for mentoring me. Just a little fiery spirit on Monday Night Basketball at Massey. That's enough there. Brady, never been a home underdog in his playoffs. He's 11-2 against the spread as a home regular season dog or something like that in the playoffs. I don't really know. The Bucks are winning.
We got to pick Tampa, right? We hate Dallas. I know realistically Tampa Bay has paper mache offensive linemen that they're putting out there to try and stop Micah Parsons, but
I think it's just Micah.
Micah? Okay.
Mika, I don't think is right.
I think you're right. I think it's Micah Parsons. I got to go Tampa Bay as well.
Look, I don't trust either of these teams. Dak Prescott has been awful. People aren't talking about it. I think he leads league in interception, or he's tied with Davis Mills.
And he's missed a bunch of games.
He's missed 5 games, and he still is tied for the league lead. I'm going with the Bucks
Isn't he
here.
the second coming though?
Yeah. I'm not high on the Bucks though. I want people to know, I'm picking them to lose. Whoever wins this game, they're going to lose next round, right? We all agree?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Third most watchable game.
Okay, so now there's 4 games left, and I don't really love any of them, partially because 2 quarterbacks that I really enjoy watching are injured, right? Tua and Jackson. Neither of them are playing. You knew that, right?
You're a big Tua guy? Love watching him play?
I do enjoy watching him play.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for him, but I don't enjoy watching him play.
You know what? Beginning of this year, I liked watching him play.
And I'm a Lamar guy. I'll always be a Lamar fan.
But Lamar's not playing, unfortunately.
Correct. Nor is Tua.
So are you now asking me for which game I want to watch the most? I guess the San Fran game, right? We like Purdy.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Seattle's been kind of interesting.
Brock Purdy is my guy.
Yeah, you bought low on Brock Purdy. I know that.
Thank you. I have this as my third most watchable game.
Coincidence? I think not.
But you can't even name what movie that's from.
The Incredibles.
Correct, it is. Good shout.
Yes.
49ers, I think -9.5. I might eat those points. I think they might cover. Seattle shouldn't be in the playoffs. This should be the Lions. San Fran's good. I don't love giving Brock Purdy 10 points in his first playoff game.
Yeah, but they're going to win 13-3.
No. Christian McCaffrey, will get...
He'll run for one. He'll throw for one. He'll also catch one. So I guess that's 21. So 24-10.
Okay, 24-10 Niners. We're both in agreement. Fourth most watchable game. Oof. Don't say mine.
I guess I got to say Buffalo and Miami.
Yes, I have Baltimore, Cincy here. Both of these are not going to be on paper. They're not great games, right? The reason why I have Ravens Bengals a little bit higher is just because I'm pretty high on the Bengals. Like,
Bengals are great.
Like I'm like maybe they'll pull off an upset in Buffalo.
I think the 3 AFC teams are the 3 best teams in the NFL.
I think I agree with you. That's a good take. I like Ravens maybe +9 because these divisional games are usually pretty low scoring, right? Cincy, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, all those teams.
They've been running the ball pretty well.
I'll go Cincy to win for sure. I'm proud. I don't like any of these numbers.
Weather a factor at all?
I don't know. I'm probably not going to bet on any of these. Maybe some money lines, but I don't like these big numbers and these small numbers here. So I have Cincy to win. You're with me? You're all good?
Yep, I have Cincy to win.
Okay, Dolphins, Bills, you go ahead for a minute.
So everybody wants to cheer for Buffalo, and I liked them before all this stuff, and now I love them, and everybody is supporting them. They got lots of weapons, and I think they're going to hammer Miami.
-13, you're okay with it?
Yep.
I think I am too. I wrote down -13. Miami has lost 4 straight playoff games, each of which by at least 17 points.
Ooh, that's a good stat.
Which is a real stat.
That's good research.
That one is real. For sure it's real. So, with all due respect to Miami...
But you said it with such conviction, even if you made it up, I would believe you and so would our fans.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Okay, worst game. Do we have to talk about Giants-Vikings?
Who?
Respect. This game's awful. I hope the Giants win, because I like them more. But the Vikings have the best player on the field, in Justin Jefferson. Yeah. So... I
do have the Vikings squeaking out a victory over the Giants.
I think they probably will, but if it stays at 3, I would rather bet the Giants +3 than the Vikings -3.
Okay, I agree. Are we doing a hard stop now, and we're going to revisit this next week?
Oh, yeah, I would vote yes.
Let's do that.
Okay, let's do that.
Remy wants to know why you're not going in the pool at work.
Well, I'm still waiting for my payout for the fan. Okay, you brought this up.
Okay,
so this is your fault. We're in a fantasy football league for Tal's work.
Yep.
It's Tal, 6 work folk, and myself.
I think so.
We all invested a fair bit of money into the league.
100 credits.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Why? Isn't that what they talk about sometimes on like shows?
Units. They'll say.
Units. That's right, units.
Who won the league?
You did. As the 5 seed.
Okay, who did I beat in the finals?
Me, who was the 8 seed.
Okay, I don't care about seeds. You totally brought this upon yourself.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so I just wanted to let the record show I played Tal and I smushed him. Yeah. Like I think I won. Did
you beat
40.
Steve DeBono?
Probably, respectfully to him.
Forced to participate. That's what he called his team.
His team name was that. Yes.
That's a great name.
So I'm still waiting on my money for winning that league. With all due respect.
Yeah, Remy and I talked about it today. He's hooking it up.
I trust him more than you, respectfully, in this area.
Fair enough.
Okay. TWolves Pistons, you want to go right now?
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, we have to set the stage.
Well, you do
Okay, so it's Wednesday evening right now. We had talked about going to see New Orleans on Friday. There's a whole bunch of stuff happening. So it didn't look good from a schedule perspective. And plus Zion is injured and Ingram is injured. And then right after you said Ingram's injured, I'm like, I don't want to even try and figure this out. So Daniela said, well, what's happening tonight?
Just tell the fans, we got some fans that aren't from Windsor. Who's Daniela?
Daniela's my wife, his mom. So 3 of us are sitting at the table last night.
She's not a fan of the show, I don't think.
No, she doesn't listen much. In fact, she gets annoyed by living in a frat house. You know what? It's her fault. She married me, and she helped raise him. We happen to like a lot of sports, okay? We happen to talk about sports a fair amount. We actually talk about, like, political things and real-life stuff as well. Like, we talk about non-sports related things. Like, we're going to do a chocolate bar draft.
That's real.
That's an important life issue.
Before Creed 3 comes out, we're going to do a Rocky ranking, a mega ranking. That's going to happen.
Is that like the Mega Bowl?
Similar to the Mega Bowl.
4th place? That's very similar.
So we talk about real-life things all the time.
What's going on? Sorry, TV timeout here. What about tonight? So Isaac's like, Minnesota's playing. I'm like, I don't know. So Isaac's like on his phone. He had finished his dinner, so he's allowed to, mostly finished his dinner, so he's allowed to be on his phone. And then he's like, wait a sec, this is wrong. How many dollars?
$10 plus fees, so $13.
$13. 2 tickets, lower bowl. And I'm like, well, see if you can get them. Now it's like 607, 608. And it's like, this might happen. So I said to Danielle, if this happens, we get a boogie. So it happened. We got him. So 2 bites of food, a couple things in the dishwasher, run out the door. I think 6:18. We're out the door. Does that sound right?
Something like that. I'd have to crunch the numbers.
Something like that.
But yes.
So we're in Windsor, Ontario, right? About 10 minutes from the border. So our house to border, go underneath the Detroit River in the tunnel, get to Detroit, clear customs, drive through Detroit, park a few blocks away, season ticket parking. If you're not familiar with season ticket parking, you need to listen to about 15 episodes because we've got season ticket parking for the Tigers and Lions. And I think we can say the season ticket parking that we did last night is our Pistons season tickets.
Sure.
32 minutes, door to door, $13 each. How many cities can you do that in to watch a professional basketball game?
I don't know. Not many, but nobody really cares.
32 minutes, $13. People care about that.
Okay.
So now Val and Isaiah have kind of told us a couple of things about how to move down. So we didn't exactly sit where our seats were, even though they were pretty good seats. We ended up about 8 rows behind the Minnesota Timberwolves bench, which is important to some of the discussion that we had later on in the day with a couple of members of the Minnesota Timberwolves team.
Sure.
Luca and Rudy, to be specific.
Okay. We're just going in now?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just keep it with Tal. Let's just stick with sports for the next 10 minutes. Can you do that?
I can probably try and do that.
We're
Yeah, I'm
talking
going to
about
focus on that sports.
Political issues here.
I'm going to write it down.
Okay. So the Timberwolves are one of the most interesting teams, I think, in sports right now. The Gobert trade, obviously. The Edwards stardom situation is also very interesting.
That was weird.
The Twin Towers situation you don't see that. And then the contract garbage that they're involved in right now. Super interesting what's happening in Minnesota right now. Just going to say, they're an awful body language team. Like, you see bad body language stuff on TV. When you're in person, it really stands out.
I can think of one guy with good body language on the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Pistons legend Luka Garza.
Yep.
Okay.
Future Hall of Famer Luka Garza.
Okay, so let's talk about... So I'm taking notes at the game at this point because we're so close to Timberwolves bench. Like, we're just invested. I've got the notes app open on my phone. I'm typing away during commercial breaks and stuff. This is great. So we'll talk about Gobert. So Gobert finished with 16 points, 14 rebounds, 6 for 8 from the field. I don't want to say that dude was invisible because I could see him, but, like, a non-factor?
I'll say in the first quarter and a couple minutes of the second quarter, the Pistons were a little bit afraid of him and driving to the hoop. Then obviously, and listen, he's a good shot blocker within 4 feet of the basket.
Yeah, that's fact.
But if you extend past that, obviously the Pistons got together at halftime. KC or Bogdanovich or somebody kind of said, okay, this is what we're going to do. And then the whole 5-out, way of playing on offense worked wonderfully. I think just a little bit of background. No Cade, no Beef Stew, no Dern, no Bagley. So who are their bigs? Basically, Nerlens Noel and Hamid Diallo were their bigs.
A little bit of Knox, a little Livers.
Little bit of Knox.
So Gobert, back to pregame here. I'm taking notes in the pregame. I'm watching these guys warm up intently. Gobert is only doing dunks, and he's only doing 2-foot push shots. I didn't see him take a free throw. I didn't see him take a jump shot. We watched about 12 minutes of warm-ups. I didn't see him take one.
Yeah, a couple times he went back behind the three-point line. Oh, that was just do some stretchy. Then he's walking back. Is he going to take a shot? Nope. He's going to go in, do a little push.
So like you said, the Pistons just absolutely picked on him. Non-stop pick and roll, off-ball screen action. Made him work. And the way to make him work is to way to make that he's guarding work. Hamidou Diallo essentially played center for a lot of the game and lots
Sadiq
of screen
Bey.
action. Sadiq Bey too, but they just kept using Hami as the screener and making Gobert work, which he couldn't or didn't want to. Another thing here, little thing. You know how before the NBA game, all the guys do the handshakes and stuff? I told you this. Rudy Gobert, he has 0. He just did a little chest bump with a few guys, and that's it. Well, D'Angelo Russell's got 16 handshakes with every guy. Can we segue? Do you have any more Gobert talk?
Just the whole quandary of Gobert, what they're going to do. Certainly a liability on offense. So many times he was like wide open, and they don't even look his way. He's 7'3". They don't even look his way.
Yes. It's like Killian Hayes was on him in the paint multiple times. And this is also D'Angelo Russell's fault a little bit. He had no interest of dumping it down low to Rudy.
Nope.
0. Can we now segue to the Anthony Edwards saga of what happened last night?
That was quite interesting.
Do you have any notes on it?
I didn't understand what was happening.
So he was ruled out. If you go on Twitter, if you look at the inactives, he was ruled out. So we're like, crap, too bad. Then we see him pop on the court with about 3 minutes left in warm-ups.
Right, they've got a 20-minute warm-up or whatever it is.
So he's got his hoodie on. He maybe shoots 3 jump shots.
Isaac says, oh, look at, Ant-Man's just getting in a few J's.
Yep, and that's
And
what
it was it. Literally a few jump shots.
Didn't stretch. I didn't see him stretch. Maybe a little dunk in the layup line and a couple jump shots. Literally had 3 minutes to warm up. And then they all go to the bench and he takes his hoodie off and then he just goes on the court and he starts the game. And then I guess I'm kind of going on Twitter I guess Ant-Man's playing even though he's ruled out. He didn't look great at the beginning. He had a couple shots.
He didn't look great the whole game.
So then he kind of limps off and then he's ruled out again during the game. He's in and out of the locker room the whole game. And then he comes back in the game towards the end of the third quarter.
No, but the interesting part was the Pistons had a great third quarter, spurred by Nerlens Noel.
Who finished with 2 points.
Yeah, 2 points, but it was an influential 2 points. Somebody from the Minnesota Timberwolves bench runs, sprints to the locker room. What's going on? It's like they needed something. And then a couple minutes later, you see Anthony Edwards come back out. I think what happened is, Finch?
Chris Finch.
Must have said, get Ant out here because we're going to lose this game. And thinking, okay, I'm going to get some buckets from Ant. He had probably said, I can probably play if you need me or something kind of cool to say because he's a good dude. But it was strange.
So he checks in late third. He finished with 20. He kind of sat patted his way through the whole fourth quarter.
Yeah, fourth quarter, they're down 20, and he's just driving it clear out. Hit a couple of threes, a couple of and-ones.
I'm a huge Edwards guy. I love, on my favorite play list, he's for sure top 10, probably top 5. Probably not top 3, but he's top 5.
He didn't look good last night.
He didn't look good.
He dropped a couple of spots in my eyes.
I still love him. He does not want to be in Minnesota.
No.
If you ever thought this when you watch a Timberwolves game and you watch highlights, when you watch it in person, he was on the end of the bench, not interested in. He looked like whenever he said, I wanted to hear it. We were just saying because he's just so cool. And if you watch Hustle, you'll like him even more. Mm-hmm. I'm rooting for Edwards. I want him out of Minnesota though.
I agree. So Rudy is maybe the most hated player in the NBA, certainly by the NBA players. They don't like him. Right? There's a cool kids club, and he's just not one of the cool kids. Maybe because of the French thing. Maybe because of the COVID thing.
No.
Maybe because he's an ass.
Giannis is from Greece, and he's the coolest player in the NBA.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Luka's from Slovenia. He's the coolest player. It's nothing to do with being from France. Being with a sucky guy who invented COVID.
So there was a couple of times during the game, especially early, when we'd yell for Luka, and he'd turn around, smile, and wave And Isaac said, you shouldn't be able to do that easily. We weren't that far back, but there was, I don't know, maybe 6,000 or 7,000 fans there. I don't know what the announced attendance was, but...
Well, the best was, we're sitting watching the game. Luka's just on the bench. We're 8 rows up. During the game, I think my dad just said, Luka! About that loud. Luka! And we just see him, just turn back, smile, give us some stuff. We didn't even... it was so easy for him to just give us a what's up, guys. It was awesome. He didn't even play. He should have played.
He was hyped. He was warmed up the whole game. So we're calling for him, right? And what happened was, we need Luka. Sub out Rudy. I know he's tired. He's no good. And so there's 3 usher dudes that, again, were not terribly far from us. And 2 of the usher dudes are the ones who go on the court right in front of the Timberwolves bench. So the one kind of fat guy looks at me and kind of shakes his head. I shouldn't say that. And I kind of put my hand up and apologized. But the guy next to him was looking at me and smiling and kind of nodding.
The usher guy next to
him.
Usher not guy. A fan.
Yeah, so it was pretty funny. Right? Home court advantage. I was not saying terrible things. I was just saying we want Luka over Rudy.
Correct.
I said that a lot.
Yeah.
It was a pretty weird dynamic. And it's always interesting when you get to almost interact with professional athletes. And that was close. And Luka, he just wants to play. And I was really calling for him. And there's a few other people, once I started, there's a few other people that jumped on the Luka bandwagon calling for him. And he kind of shook his head.
Towards the end of the game, he
Towards
said no.
the end. Because I think he realized he's just not getting any playing time. They're down 20. Play Luka.
And their starters are still in. Edwards is still getting buckets.
And I guess they're just stat padding. I didn't really understand it.
They took Gobert out, but Russell and Edwards stayed in. A little bit on Russell here. He also looked pretty distant from the team. He's been involved in a lot of trade talks. D'Angelo Russell's got such a smooth game, and it's so casual. It kind of looks careless in a good way and a bad way. The way he moves on offense, I like it a lot. pass the
He's
ball.
very smooth.
Pass the ball a little bit more, play a little bit more defense. But I do like D'Angelo Russell. Just don't love him next to Ant-Man. Pistons played great. Right?
Huge win.
They shot
entertaining.
6% from the field, 53% from three. Bogey with 27 on 9 for 15. Bay with 31, 10 for 16. They played awesome. And they're going to win a few more games. They're going to, like, by a few, I mean, like, literally a few. But
they will likely end up with the third worst record in the league. I think Charlotte and Houston are poop heads.
Don't go there yet about draft stuff.
Too early. Okay.
Because we're not allowed to say that big fella's name.
Not allowed to say that name.
No. Okay. I have nothing else here to discuss.
Just want to finish up a W for Team Chudner on the drive home from Florida. Like 18 hours and 10 minutes. Naples to Windsor. That's crazy. That set personal best. And we didn't speed like crazy. We just drove, a few miles over the speed limit the entire time. Our stops were very efficient. Pee, gas, boom. We were able to properly and respectfully say goodbye to Isaac's shoes in the state of Ohio. Isaac had these shoes that he just beat to a pulp. Lots of tennis, lots of basketball, pickleball, everything you can think of.
Like Rocky 2 round 15. Like that kind of beat up.
Yeah, beat up. So Ohio is a poop state. Now,
be careful with what you say here.
No, I know. So we properly gave Ohio some shoes that are not good, and that's where they deserve to be.
Okay.
If you need more information, you can reach out to us on our Instagram page.
No, don't reach out if you want more information.
Well, I'm not going to respond to it anyways. It'll be Isaac, so he'll just say, "Go Pistons!"
Okay. Yeah, sure. That's what I'll say. Yes. RIP to the shoes, but we got some new kicks. We're all good.
Yeah, I got some nice Giannis kicks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Respectfully.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay. Do you have anything else to tell the people before we pack it up and I can watch some hoop and go to sleep?
Do not.
Okay. I have nothing else here.
Okay. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Good job. And should we one last pick? Okay, the Lions. 11 games they win next year?
I need to spend a little bit more time looking at the schedule.
Okay, say bye.
Bye.